In the world of social media, attention is everything. Every like, every comment, every new follower is a tiny spark that fuels the fire of online fame. For those who live in the spotlight, validation isn't just a bonus, it's the currency that keeps their world spinning. For Amelia Rose, beauty influencer and lifestyle icon, her online life was a pastel dream. Millions of followers, endless likes, and a flawless image. Her days were filled with carefully staged photo shoots, brand deals, and the constant hum of notifications. To her audience, she seemed to have it all: beauty, success, and a life worth envying. But behind the curated perfection, the numbers were slipping. The likes slowed, the comments thinned, and the once steady stream of brand offers began to dry up. The digital applause that once echoed so loudly was fading into an uncomfortable silence. The algorithm had moved on, and irrelevance loomed like a shadow. No matter how hard she tried, Amelia couldn't seem to recapture the magic that had made her a star. Every day became a battle to stay visible, to keep the applause coming. She spent hours perfecting her content, chasing trends, and second-guessing every post. The pressure to perform was relentless, and the fear of being forgotten grew with every passing day. Amelia's self-worth was tied to the constant validation of strangers. The highs of viral success were intoxicating, but the lows of dwindling engagement left her feeling empty and exposed. She wondered if she was losing herself in the process. Desperate to reclaim her spotlight, she decided to rewrite her story. She brainstormed late into the night, searching for a way to stand out again, to make people care. If perfection wasn't enough, maybe drama would be. She studied viral scandals and trending controversies, realizing that outrage and sympathy could be just as powerful as admiration. She would become the victim in a new narrative, a tale of fear and persecution. Amelia crafted a story that would tug at heartstrings and spark conversation, hoping it would reignite her fading fame. The line between her online persona and real self blurred. The act became harder to maintain, and the weight of her deception pressed down on her. Amelia was about to launch a dark, captivating story that would grip millions. She rehearsed her lines, practiced her expressions, and prepared to hit post. But it was all a lie. In her quest for relevance, Amelia had built a new cage, one gilded not with gold, but with secrets and shadows. Amelia's brand was built on relatability. She was the kind of person who made you feel like you could be her friend, like you were just one DM away from being part of her world. Her followers adored her for her authenticity, her easy laughter, and the way she seemed to find beauty in the everyday. She was the girl next door with a six-figure deal, living a life that looked effortless, but was carefully curated. Her content was a highlight reel: sunrise meditations, vibrant smoothie bowls, and endless positivity. Every morning routine was a little brighter, every caption a little more uplifting. But behind the scenes, things were changing. Her views were dropping. Brands hesitated to renew contracts, and the numbers that once brought her joy now filled her with dread. The pressure to stay relevant was suffocating. Her identity as an influencer, the very thing she'd worked so hard to build, was slipping away, pixel by pixel. She watched her own reflection, wondering if she was losing herself too. Watching others rise, she realized drama was the new currency. Scandals and confessions were what people wanted. The more outrageous the story, the faster it spread. Sympathy, crisis, danger, these stories went viral, capturing attention in ways her wholesome content never could. The world was hungry for chaos, and she was starving for relevance. Amelia saw her chance. She'd become the brave survivor, the center of a gripping saga. If she couldn't be the happiest girl online, maybe she could be the most talked about. She planned every detail: a mysterious threat, a chilling note. She rehearsed her reactions, making sure every emotion would look real on camera. She would show her followers she was in danger, not just tell them. Evidence would be created, scenes would be staged, and every angle would be covered. Fear would be real, at least on camera. She practiced her trembling hands, her wide-eyed glances, determined to make the world believe. Her apartment became the stage, her followers the audience. Every shadow, every whisper, every late-night post was part of the act. The first act, a simple note and a black marker. The performance was set, and Amelia was ready for her most convincing role yet. The world was about to watch, and Amelia was determined to give them a show they'd never forget. On a gray Tuesday morning, Amelia posted a shaky, unfiltered video. Her face was bare, her eyes wide with fear, and her hands trembled as she clutched a stark white envelope. The camera wobbled as she spoke, her voice barely above a whisper, the rawness of her distress impossible to ignore. She looked directly into the lens, as if pleading for help from anyone who might be watching. Amelia claimed she'd found the envelope slipped under her apartment door that morning. Inside was a chilling note, scrawled in jagged handwriting. "I am always watching." The words seemed to pulse with menace, and she held the paper up for her viewers to see, her hands shaking. Within minutes, her followers erupted in alarm. Screens lit up with worried comments and frantic messages. The hashtag #NowProtectAmelia began trending, spreading like wildfire across every platform. People speculated, theorized, and shared her video, desperate to help or simply to be part of the unfolding drama. News outlets quickly picked up the story, amplifying the panic. Amelia's views skyrocketed, her follower count ticking upward by the second. She became the center of a digital storm, her name on everyone's lips. Support poured in from all corners, messages of encouragement, offers of help, and donations to a GoFundMe page set up for her security. Strangers and fans alike rallied behind her, determined to keep her safe. Amelia leaned into her role as the terrified victim, posting emotional updates and heartfelt thank yous to her growing audience. She shared her fears, her sleepless nights, and her gratitude for the outpouring of support. She became the protagonist in a real-life thriller, her every move watched by thousands. Her audience was hooked, unable to look away from the suspense and vulnerability she displayed. But behind the scenes, every detail was meticulously staged, the ominous note, the trembling hands, even the quiver in her voice. Amelia rehearsed her expressions in the mirror, perfecting the look of terror. She had written the threatening message herself, carefully disguising her handwriting. She filmed the reveal over and over, making sure every detail was convincing. The rush of attention was like a drug, intoxicating and impossible to resist. Amelia was back in the spotlight, basking in the glow of her phone screen as messages and notifications poured in. She craved the attention, the validation, and she knew she wanted more. Even as the world rallied around her, Amelia was already planning her next move. She scribbled notes, arranged props, and plotted the next twist in her unfolding story. The show had to go on. The performance was just beginning, and she was determined to keep her audience on the edge of their seats. And as night fell over the city, the world watched, captivated by Amelia's story, unaware of just how much of it was a carefully crafted illusion. The threats escalated, a spray-painted liar on her car, a broken doll emails with her address. Amelia documented everything: police visits, security upgrades, sleepless nights. Her content shifted from beauty to survival, and her engagement skyrocketed. Fans rallied, influencers voiced support, and donations poured in. Each new incident was more dramatic, more terrifying. But behind the scenes, Amelia orchestrated it all, buying dolls, sending emails, painting her own car. The pressure to keep the story alive grew. She was trapped in her own web, living a double life. The audience was hooked, but the lie was growing. Every new act demanded a bigger spectacle. Amelia was running out of room to hide. The illusion was fragile, and the truth was closing in. The police took the case seriously, collecting evidence, interviewing neighbors, dusting for prints. But inconsistencies emerged. The handwriting was too consistent, the threats too staged. No witnesses saw anything unusual despite the building's constant activity. The supposed stalker was invisible, yet bold. Detectives noticed Amelia's obsession with documenting every moment for social media. Her story shifted in small ways. Details changed, timelines blurred. It didn't add up. The investigation's focus shifted from the phantom stalker to Amelia herself. The cracks in her story widened. The detectives grew suspicious. The evidence began to point in a new direction. Amelia's performance was unraveling. The truth was about to surface. The breakthrough came from security cameras Amelia forgot existed. Detectives reviewed footage from the building, garage, and nearby businesses. They saw a hooded figure spray painting her car, Amelia herself, caught on tape. More footage showed her planting the note and the doll. The evidence was undeniable. The victim was the perpetrator. The entire saga, a hoax, meticulously staged for attention. Detectives prepared to confront her. They let her tell her story one last time. The final act would play out in an interrogation room, not online. The cameras would be replaced by harsh fluorescent lights. Amelia's world was about to collapse. The end was near. Amelia entered the police station expecting sympathy. Instead, detectives presented her with photos from the security footage. Her, staging every incident. The mask dropped. She confessed. She admitted everything. The notes, the vandalism, the fake emails. Her motive was simple. She was desperate to be seen, terrified of fading away. The hoax spiraled out of control, but the attention was addictive. Charges followed, filing false reports, vandalism. The news exploded online. Her followers felt betrayed. Sponsors dropped her, hate flooded her accounts, and she vanished from social media. Amelia's quest for relevance ended in infamy. Her story became a cautionary tale. The hunger for online fame had destroyed her. The line between reality and performance had vanished, and the world moved on, leaving Amelia behind.